Hello, myself Pacha Varshale. Today we will discuss about the topic Unix system architecture. In Unix system architecture can be divided into three levels such as a user level, kernel level and hardware level. In this user level can be divided into four parts such as shells, utilities, applications and libraries. In kernel level can be divided into five parts such as a system call interface, file subsystem, device driver, process control and hardware control. In hardware level, hardware can be used. Then we will discuss about user level. The first point will be shells. Then shells user communicate with the kernel through the program is also known as the shells. Then shells it is a command line interpreter that translate the command entered by the user and convert into a language that understood by the kernel. Then utilities there are 250 commands are used in operating system. The first common command which is cp command. Cp this command is used for copy the file into a directory. Then next mv command. This command is used for move or rename the file. Then next important command will be a cat command. Cat command is used for concatenate and that contains multiple file into a one file. That means multiple file that convert or combine into we can generate only one single file. Then grep command is used for searching a string into a group of file. Then next point applications in a Unix can be used in a graphics program, DBMS program. These applications are provided used in a user information. For example, Unix system architecture can be used in a web browser. In a web browser, it is used for finding the information. Then libraries there are various libraries can be used in a Unix operating system but does not used in a other operating system. Then mat library, PC library, AC library, this library are not available in other operating system but are available in a Unix system. Then next point kernel level. Then kernel it is the heart of an operating system. It acts as an interface between hardware and shells layer. The most of the tasks such as a memory management, task scheduling, file management and so on. These tasks are performed by the kernel, so also manages the external command in a Unix. Then file subsystem. It is an software or it manages the file to store the data and this data will be stored and how the data will be fetched. This concept is used for the DBMS. In DBMS manages the data and file system in this device driver. Then next point device driver. Device driver it is a piece of program that communicate with the software and hardware. For example, mouse will be not work and keyboard will be not work. With all the problems are occurred in a device driver. Then next point process control subsystem. In this process control subsystem also divided into three parts such as inter-process communication, scheduler and memory management. The first point inter-process communication. It provides the operating system that allows one process is communicate with the other process. This event is occur in the data. Then next point scheduler. there are different types of scheduler which can be occurred in a process control. The first scheduler will be long term scheduler, short term scheduler and mid term scheduler. The first point, long term scheduler. It decides with the process and jobs are admitted to the ready queue. Then short term scheduler, it is also known as the CPU scheduler, which are the ready process are executed. This is also called as the short term scheduler. Then next point, medium term scheduler. In this medium term scheduler, it is a temporary process from main memory and place them into a secondary memory, commonly referred as, which can in this medium term scheduler, which commonly referred as a swapping out and swapping in. Then next point, memory management. It is the process that can be used to store the information of data in a computer. This is also called as the memory and manage this data. Then next point, hardware control. Hardware layer, hardware layer is an operating system that controls use of physical resources such as a memory manager, process manager, disk driver. Hardware consists of all peripheral devices. Then next point, system call. Then what is meant by system call? System call, it is the method of computer program to request the services from the kernel of an operating system. When operating system via programs, this system call, it is a request of computer software to an operating system of the kernel. Then application program interface, that connects to the operating system function to user program. That means it acts as a link between operating system and a processes. There are different kind of system call which can be used in a Unix system architecture, such as a open system call, closed system call, read system call, write system call, wait system call, exit system call, and fork system call. Then we will discuss about the open system call. In open system call, which can be used in for opening the file or reading the file or writing the file. Then close system call. Then when open a file, we can close it, which can be used in a closed system call. Then read system call, reading the data into a file into buffer, means to read the file of data. Then write system call, writing the data to the buffer into a file. Then wait system call. Wait system call, it is a process is supposed to wait of other processes to complete their work. Then next, exit system call, load the selected program into a memory. Then exit system call is also known such as a terminate the process. That means process shutdown. Then fork system call. Fork system call, it is one of the important system call. This can be used for creating and duplicating process for a parent process. That means parent process creates its own child. Parent process generates child process and parent process generates own ID, and child process inherits with their ID.